everyone, my name's Helen, I'm the Diddy Stitcher, my pronouns are she, her. It is Monday the 31st of March today. Happy Trans Day of Visibility. I won't be posting this until tomorrow, so our friends can have this day for them. But yeah, how you been? It's been a week. I haven't seen you in 2 weeks, but it's been a week. And I had the chicken pox. So she's good. She's all fine. She's back at school now, but she had a week off school. And she was a trooper. She didn't faze her in the slightest. She's just the best with these things. So yeah, but it's been trying to juggle that with, I was still at work. I work from home, which is great because it gives me that flexibility. But yeah, I was not my most productive last week. But what you gonna do? So yeah, happy to be back at my desk with Anna at school. And it's filming day. So let's get on with it. If you're new, welcome. If you've seen Jason X Stitch, he gave me a little shout out. Thank you, Jason. Love you lots. So if you're checking me out for the first time, I hope you see something that you like and that you'll stick around. But yeah, I've got some stuff to show you. I've got a finish, I've got a start, and I've got 7 whips. Yeah, I was toying with the idea of whether this this new system of mine just to do my stitching is like too much, too many things to show you in one video. But those that let me know, thank you, that the consensus was we want to see it all. So that's fine. If you're fine with it, I'm fine with it, because I am loving this momentum stitching on so many things. So, sorry, I had a work call. So, where was I? Yes, a finish. I've FFO'd it, but I'm not keeping it as an FFO. This is just kind of to show you what it might look like. So this is Gather Here by Hello from Liz Matthews. It's on a 25-ish count linen banding that's, see, it's not going to work, so I have other plans for this. Yeah, it's finished along the top, as you can see, and then just you cut it to size. So yeah, that's all finished. So I did what did I do? 914 stitches this time round. So I started this in June 2022. So it's taken me like 2 years, 9 months, I think, if my calculations are correct, which is a bit ridiculous because it's a big pattern. It's chunky. So I used 2 colours of classic Colourworks. Where are they? So I used Deep Fennel for the words, and then Bejeweled, and that was a whole skein. So that is it's 1/1 full cross on 25 count. Is 1 length and a bit of a length left from this whole thing. So it was chunky. So yeah, but glad it's finished. So yeah, I had it in the poster hanger, I guess it is. But I think because the top and the bottom are finished, I quite like that. It's a nice pattern. So I'm thinking of getting like 2 dowels and then hanging a piece of string from the dowels and hanging it up that way. I don't have enough for like the back to be like sewn together, so I don't know what to do about that really, whether I have whether I don't have anything and I just wrap this around the dowel and leave all this unfinished. Do I cut most of this away but then put some fabric on it? And then do I attach it to the top and bottom? I don't really know. But I have to go and find some dowel. I think because it's kind of wider than usual bell pulls. I know you can get bell pull hardware in different sizes, but I kind of want a rustic look as well. So I kind of want wooden, like a light oak or something. So I'm gonna have a look at like macrame sticks and stuff like that. See if anything works for that. But yeah, so that'll go downstairs near the door, something like that. I'm just happy that's finished. Took a long while, that one. So yeah, that was my finish. And then because I finished that, I talked about my kind of plans of one out, one in. So because I finished that, I kind of think of it as like a welcome sign. I started something for my husband that he's wanted for a while, that I've had on my plans for a while, but I had to chart it, and I'm not a designer. I bow down to all of the designers because it's so difficult. So what my husband wanted is there is a country house, part of the National Trust, nearish us, about an hour and a bit away, called Cragside. It was the first house to be powered by hydroelectricity. It was like the techie house of its day. And the lady of the house, I think her parlour, on the door is carved in this lovely like scrolly thing. It says, it's Latin, and I didn't do any Latin at school, so apologies for my pronunciation. Non qui rogat sed, qui rogato admitto. And it basically means not who asks, but is asked can enter. So you can't ask to come in, but I'll ask you if I want you to come in, is the premise of the carving of the door. Pictures inserted here. So Alex wanted that sign for his office. I've tried to stitch it. I can't do the swirly swirly. If I was a better designer, if I commissioned a designer, I probably could get it like how it is on the door. But basically, I just said pick a thread. So I got my thread box out, and he picked a thread that he liked. He picked hand dyed by Rolanda Ruby Whisper. This is what we got in the goodie bag at Stitch North. And he picked he picked the thread. Then I found a alphabet in a book that I have. And I said, do you like this alphabet? Is that a good alphabet for this? He liked it, proved that. So I literally have graph paper and sketched out the phrase and the kerning. Me and Alex are very attuned, I guess, to kerning. If you don't know what kerning is, it's like the spacing between the letters. So everything's not the same. it's not the same space between each letter, because you'll have, like, the I takes up a little bit of space, and then a G or an O would take up more space. We've seen it a couple of times in like shop signage, or where the kerning is off and it looks, you know, you can tell that something's not right. So I tried really hard in getting the kerning right. And I had to do it in 2 lines, and the spacing, like the bottom line is longer, so how many stitches on each side. And then I've just free-handed on the graph paper like a scroll type thing, and then try to make that into backstitch. It's designing is difficult, so pay your designers because they deserve it. So this is what I have so far. So once I figured out the kerning and how big it needed to be, and then work out how big Alex wanted the sign to be, I figured I needed a 40 count over 2 or a 20 count over 1. So then I let him look through my 40 count, and he picked this, which is Forbidden Fibre Co. Praline, I think this one is. And then yeah, I just started stitching. So I started in the middle. This is kind of in the middle. And coming off of Gather Here, I put it right in the middle of the fabric. So if he wanted it on a poster, hook, or wanted some kind of floating finish, that I could use the fabric to be the back of the fabric, you know. Learned my lesson from that. And if I don't, you know, there's plenty of space to have other things once I cut it out. It's not going to be a waste of fabric. So yeah, it's just cross stitch 2 over 2, and then back stitch 1 over 2. I'm kind of doing it in 2s. And it's okay. And so I've got a little swirly thing, and so at the end there'll be a swirly thing that goes down. But yeah, it doesn't go up and down nicely, and it's the best I can do. It's the best I can do right now. Oh, Alex picked out the needle minder for this as well. I need some alone time. I need some time alone. Which is perfect for this sentiment, I think, of this piece. So yeah, that was a plan that's been in planning for ages. I can't remember, was it when Imogen was here? Did we take them to Cragside? So that was October 23 that this has been a plan of. So yeah, that is that. It won't take long. I've just got to do it. I've kind of, most of the time for that was the planning. And then I'll finish that, and we'll put something else in pretty darn quick. So yeah, that was my starts. And then whips. So last night, Megan put to chi 1/2 of the long distance stitches. Whoa, brain. We have a little Zoom chat, usually every month. Usually it gets to the end of the month and one or both of us have forgotten, and we try and get it in darn quick. So we got it in. So this is what I've got. This is Angel of Love by Lavender and Lace. This is what it's gonna look like when it's done. And then this is what I had last time. So yesterday I work in 10 by 10 rows. So I got all of the DMC and the Krynic in that one. It's kind of blowing out. The colour's not great. But yeah, I finished all the DMC and the Krynic in this next 10 by 10 section. So next time I come to it, I will bead that whole 10 by 10 section. And that is, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I want to say. 60 rows up of 200 and odd. And then next time I will be on to my next page of the working copy that I've done. So, you know, these lavender laces are just huge patterns. So you have to, photocopy bits at a time. So that's as much as I could photocopy in one part. So I've got my next bit of the photocopy is like the next bit. But I think this is how wide it is. Maybe 1 stitch for the next fold of this cape. But the wings are in line, so once I get up, I don't need to extend the Q-snap any wider. So this is, I think, is a 14-inch wide and 11 high. And then once I get up to the top, I have to put some more height in it and probably turn it upside down in my Lowry to work on it. So I don't squish any of those beads, because look at all those beads. There's so many, and it's so beautiful. And I've done so many mistakes in there, and I've had to leave out beads because there just isn't space for the charted beads. And I'm perfectly happy with that because no one will know. And yeah, it's going to be heavy when it's done. It's getting heavy. So yeah, this is a 28 count even weave that I dyed myself, I think. Yeah. And that's about it. This is going to take me forever. But forever of me and Megan working on it. It's great. Megan's working from the top down. So if you want to see how it looks like there, go and check out Megan and Megan, the long distance stitches. I'll link below. If you're watching me, you're probably already watching them. But in case you're not, I was going to take out the project bag of that. No need, no need. So next on the list, didn't work on this in order obviously because I only worked on Angel of Love last night. Where are we? Next I worked on Arcadia from Satsuma Street. Love this pattern. It's great. Let me hold it this side so I don't blow myself out. Yeah, this is what it'll look like when it's done. It's inspired by It's a Small World at Disneyland, California, Anaheim. I have a history with Disney. I used to work at Disney World and Disney World in Florida, Disneyland in Paris, and the Disney store. So it's like, it's nice Disney without being kind of in your face Disney. And it's just nice stitching because it's so blocky. The only thing I don't like about it is the light effects that it calls for. I wish I changed them. Didn't. That's fine. We're just going to power through. So this is on a 28 count. I think so. It's 28 count by Coffee Craft. She doesn't name her fabric, so I think I just call this sky blue. And oh, Megan and I were talking about what I used to call breakdowns. So at the start of the year, I looked at all of my whips and said, if I do so many stitches or so many rows, for those that I'm not counting stitches, how many months, years would it take me to finish? And this is what's motivating me to stitch on lots of things. But I didn't like the word breakdown because it felt negative. And I'm not that eloquent. So Megan suggested increments, which is a much better fit for what I'm trying to describe. So my increments for Arcadia is to do 700 stitches a month. It'll be finished in a year. Now, the year or month part is not happening because I don't get through all of my whips in a month. So next time I revisit this, whether it's the mid-year or you know, the beginning of 26, I'll just put, instead of a year, it'll be 12 times, 12 rounds. I don't know if that's better for me, but I did 700 stitches on this last year, 703 to be exact, and I kind of worked around here. There's like a kind of midline where this is not full coverage because obviously there's space, but the block stitching, most of the block stitching is on the bottom, and then once you get above this line, you get all these like kind of spears and spires, turrets, those kind of things. So I'm going to try and go across the bottom and do most of the block stitching and then come up to the top and do that. So yeah, I kind of focused down here, finished up the bits that I was working on here. But yeah, I really love this one. It will be nice to get that framed and have that one on the wall. But yeah, light effects. Not fun. Not fun. Floor. Autumn Queen. This was just next on the board of magnets to work on, so I got this out. The increments for this, let me get my computer back up and running. Increments for Autumn Queen, because I'm not counting stitches, it goes on rows. So 10 rows per month or per session. I will be finished in 19 months. So we've got a ways to go with this lady. So this is her. This is what she'll look like. This is her. What I've done, and this was what she looked like last time. So I just brought the bodice down, and worked on more of the cape. There's a lot of block stitching, so I I was happy doing like fiddly fill-in, so some of that I just blocked out. So next time when I pick this up, if I'm not in the mood to do fiddly stitching, I can just do fill-in. So I'm giving myself that option. So I don't know if I actually hit 10 rows. But I did a lot of stitching. That's just the vibe that I was going with. This is on a 28 count Dove Grey by Zweigart. Is it Dove Grey? It is Dove Grey. I remembered. Dove Grey. Yeah, she's chunky. She's got a whole skirt. And honestly, oh, she's upside down. I'm like, do I want to do a whole skirt? Should I just crop her off once I get that hand in? If I get the hand in and like however much of the dress that I need, could I just find a big oval frame? Because I do like her. Amy, Pearls and Ponderings, and I started this in 2022, I think. Because we're both October babies, we love autumn, it's Autumn Queen. But I'm thinking like Mother's Arms, Mirabilia. I just did the face and of the mother and the baby, and just, it's a huge chart, and I just did the bit that I kind of liked. And I'm thinking if I can get, it would be a big oval frame, but if I did the whole thing, put her upside down again. If I did the whole thing, it would be even a bigger frame. I'm talking myself into this now. I don't think I need to do the skirt. I've done the skin 1/1. I will do the hand 1/1. I don't have a picture because I've put the actual chart away for safekeeping. Let me look at this. Let me see. Yeah, if I found, because she doesn't have legs, and that's what bothers me about the bottom, I guess. If I just found an oval frame that went, the bottom would hit her below the hand that's holding the bottom hand. It would go around, pick up the cape, and so I just do like a little bit of a lap on the other side. I think that would work. How big would that be? An oval frame that was, because she's so wide as well, like a 10-inch or 11-inch oval frame. If I can find one, and then I'll just literally, it's what I did with Mother's Arms, is I just put the frame on the fabric and then said, oh yeah, I need to stitch a little bit more here to fill in that a little bit. I can stop stitching that side because I'm finished with that. Because she's got no feet, and the bottom just stops as if you're supposed to frame it right up to the bottom. And I don't think I like that. And it's just going to be massive. Okay. I think we're going to do that before I I'm going to find, let me write it down, find a 10 or 11 inch oval frame, 10 or 11 inches high, and then I don't know how wide it would be. That would save me a lot. And then somebody needs that chart after me, so they'll get it. Heidi will get it sooner rather than later. Thank you for talking that through with me. So, last video I said that I was going to talk more about my moes, but I didn't in the end. So these are my 2 sister full coverages from artwork by Alphonse Mucha, charted by Scarlett Quince, who is no longer trading, but you can buy their charts from Pain Free Crafts, I think. But Scarlett Quince are still kind of there as support for people who still have charts. So they have a kind of Pattern Keeper-esque, Markup XP-esque, but just for their patterns. And it's online, but now that they're kind of shutting down, they wanted it to be able to be offline. So it's now an app rather than being in a browser. So they asked for some people to be guinea pigs. So I said, yes, I would. So I had to get the charts out again to stitch on them to see if the app worked, and it does, it's fine. It's just the same as being online. So I did 929 stitches. So on White Star. It's a blanket of fabric. So this is what it's going to look like. This is what it looked like last time. So I just filled in some more. 929 stitches. So it was a good amount. The increments of this are supposed to be like 3,000 stitches a month. That ain't never gonna happen. It's just a quick one because I wasn't really working on it, even though I did like nearly 1,000 stitches on it. Okay, so next was Sarah Watson. This is a Frankenstein project that I'm doing for my auntie who wanted a sampler for her living room, whatever. But she kind of wanted very specific things. She wanted alphabet and a floral border. So we settled on Sarah Watson by Whilst Arrow Snaps, and I said I could incorporate another Whilst Arrow Snaps pattern. Thurza Hudson is the frame, Sarah Watson is the middle. So my increments for this are 500 stitches a month to get done for her birthday in January next year, I think. But I had some difficulties because I'd done a conversion, just a stash conversion, based on colours that my auntie had picked out of my stash that she liked. And there was a colour, the DMC was 920, and I'd picked this like bright yellow. I don't know what happened. And I was stitching it and I was like, it just doesn't make sense. Why is it like this? And then I looked at the cover and the original vintage antique sampler. And I was like, I've messed up here. So I had to pull out all those stitches, restitch them. So that was a lot of work with the new colour that I found. So when you look at the before and after, it's going to look a bit different if the colour is going to show nicely. Particularly this bird, I think, was very yellow, bless it. Now it's not so yellow. And then I placed the border. So a lot of maths again of making sure it was right either side and top and bottom, and it'll look okay. So I know the colour that I wanted for the vine or whatever that is around the border, so I went ahead and stitched that in. And then I think we're going to go up and visit my auntie at Easter, and I will let her choose colours of the flowers that she wants. But yeah, so I think I did 139 stitches net. So I restitched all of the yellow. That doesn't count because I'd already stitched those in my calculator. And I did, yeah, 1,039. So that A and B at the top, that's the top of Sarah Hudson. And then the vine is where it's meant to be, and I can just carry it on until I get to the end of the chart. This is kind of the middle. So it's not terribly big. But I think it's really sweet. And I don't stitch samplers. I'm only doing it because my auntie asked me to. The other thing that my auntie asked me is to put my name in it. So Sarah Hudson does have her name in it. And the year that she stitched it, I think is the year that she stitched it, or year that she was born. I don't put my name on my pieces. I don't like it. So I'll talk to my auntie and see what she wants me to do. If she particularly wants my name on it, I will. I think I'd still put the original date of Sarah Watson, and then I would print out the research that what's the designer's name? I can't remember the designer's name. The details that she has in both charts, and I'll say that it was a combination of both charts. Helen Tribe is me, the stitcher, in 2025, but the original antique sampler is from the date that I've stitched on. I don't know. I feel weird about putting my name on stuff. But yeah, that's Sarah Watson. It's on 40 count buckwheat, I think, from Forbidden Fibre Co. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty. So that's just on an 1/8, I think. Yeah, because I think this is a quarter. So I've got a whole other section. It's not a big one, and it's pretty cute. Whimsical type birds on and stuff. This is the floss pack. So yeah, that was the one I had to replace. It was a bright yellow. I don't know how I thought that was bright yellow. I don't know what went on. But it's fixed now. Looks much better without the yellow, I have to admit. Oh, that was, I am counting stitches on this because the Sarah Watson pattern does go into Pattern Keeper. But because the Thurza Hudson one doesn't, it goes into Pattern Keeper if you just want to stitch that. But I'm elongating, and I've literally printed it out multiple times, cut and paste it together for it to be the right size to go around. Sarah Watson, getting names confused now. So I literally figured out how many stitches the border would be, to make sure, and then I've got a little notebook with it to write down the stitches that I've done in the border. So my count will be right in Notion. That's what that is. So yeah, glad I got that fixed, if you like, because it was bothering me the last time I stitched on it. There was like, this is a lot of yellow and it looks weird. And yeah, I just checked and it was wrong. Another Zoomy chat I had with a friend is Trina, and we work on Serbian proverb together. Again, we try and do it once a month, if we so can. I'm going to have to re-Q snap this because it's very wobbly. So this is mine. This is on 40 Count Valor by Picture This Plus, and it's totally uncalled for colours. This is what it looked like before. And so I finished the stalks or twigs or whatever you want to call it of those leaf things. I brought the border right up, so now everything's connected. No miscount there, which is great. I redid this flower. So last time I showed you, I'd done it. This is Cottage Garden Threads. What's it called? Citronelle. And I started at the tip of the stalk and stitched in lines that way, and it didn't look great the way the variegation of the thread was going, so I took it out and I restitched it, and I did swirls. So I did the outside and then just brought it in, and I think it looks so much better with the darker tones on the outside to kind of frame it, and then the variegation in the middle. So I'll do that for the rest of them because it looks really cute. So yeah, nearly finished. Got some more of the border to do. So I think I'll do a length of leaves and then a length of something else, and then a length of leaves and then a length of something else. That'll have to be how it gets done. But yeah, I love that. Love stitching with Trina. Hers is even more colourfully chaotic than mine. Go check her out on Instagram. I challenged her to do all of those leaves, which is a lot. I work it out every time and I can never remember. It's 100 and... is it maybe 300 and something leaves? And I made a joke that she should stitch each one in a different colour. And she said, hold my beer. So she's doing that. But it's great. It's looking amazing. And whenever we see each other next, Trina, in the real life, I need to see that in person because it's going to be amazing. And then last whip to show you is Sleeping Bee. On the fabric that's ridiculous. So this is Sleeping Bee by the Blue Flower on 40 count Cafe au Lait. And my increments on this are to do 10 rows per session. So I kind of finished all of the across where the wings are. Finished the wings. Oh, it's not good. There we go. Finished filling in the wing. And then what I've done is I've just come down this side because I've got a counting mistake over here somewhere. So what I want to do is, instead of going across, I'm going to go up and down from right to left to make sure I don't mess that up even more. So yeah, there's a lot to fill in the wing, and then I've done my finished the row of 10 on this side here. There's a lot more to do on this. This is a big one. And then when I finish, I'm hoping to get one of those Barton Studio frames that comes with the hoop, because I don't have a lot of fabric at the top and maybe not at the bottom. Don't even know what I've got at the bottom. Now there should be some more left at the bottom. To finish it in a frame, so hopefully the hoop will help, and I think it just makes sense with it being round. That's my whips. To mention haul, I had my little Patreon goodies from Deanna. I get a little quarterly gift, so she gave us some buttons from her collection, super sweet, and then 2 of her stickers from her Quirky Quakers, so the brown hen, and oh, that's not Quirky Quaker, that's oh, what's her name? I say Beatrice, but I don't think it's Beatrice B. Anyway, cute. This is one of like the paper ones, and then this is a vinyl one that I can put on a water bottle. Anna loves these on her water bottle. She's got water bottles for school, and each one has got a Quirky Quaker sticker on it, and she loves them. And she misplaced one of her water bottles, and she was upset that it was the bunny Quirky Quaker. We did find it. The lovely caretaker found it. So maybe we'll put some more stickers on her water bottles because she loves them. And then yesterday it was Mother's Day here in the UK, so I had ordered myself some charts. I spoke about it last time, from Trudy Ann Designs on eBay. They went to Nashville Market. I didn't do a pre-order. I just chanced my luck on what would come back, and this is what I got. So I got 2 more October House Skinny Minis. So I got Sewing Sundries and Topiary Row. Because Anna was off sick with chickenpox, we didn't go swimming. So I haven't started my Deck the Halls one yet. I don't think we'll go today because she's still a bit crusty and I don't want the chlorine or whatever to irritate her. So next week, hopefully, I'm going to start those Skinny Minis. And then I got 4 animal crackers. So these weren't new for Needlework Nashville Market, but I wanted to get them anyway. So I've got 3 of the Halloween type ones. Dr. Raven, Bones, and Nettle. I love that. I thought this was a mask because these two have got the masks to go with their costumes. I don't think this is a mask. I think that's actually stitched. To be honest, I think it would be a bit difficult to do a mask like that. But it's cute anyway. I wanted more Halloween type stuff. And then I did get a new one for Nashville, is Lily. I think there's another one on my wish list that they didn't have, but I've got plenty to be stitching, so they will be coming up in one in, one out kind of things. And then it's not stitchy related, but I think you'll enjoy it. Alex got me 2 of the Lego flowers sets. He got me some roses, so I've got a little vase with my Lego roses up there, so these will be added to. When I opened them yesterday morning, Anna said that she'd like to help me with them. I think I might do it by myself this afternoon. I mean, you can take them apart and redo them, so if she wanted to play with them, I've got the instructions to do them again, so that's fine. Don't think I had anything else to show. Just plans. Is it Saturday was the new moon? It was Eid, so Eid Mubarak to anybody that celebrates. But yeah, I didn't clock the moon, so I need to do my moon phase. I need to finish Alex's sign because I don't really want that to sit, and I want him to have it for his office at work. So I want to finish that. And then I did technically do some work on on a whip. Next on my things to work on was my stocking, but I took out the thread that was in the kit. So this is a kit that I picked up from Stitch North on the freebie table. Was a stocking that was 60% done, it said on the little tag. And the thread was on, I think, the original paper thread cards, and it was all just a bit of a mess. So I thought before I start my next load of stitching on that, I would put it on a plastic one and put them in like numerical order. So, because that's how I tend to look for thread, even though that's not how it came in the kit. Do you know what I mean? So I did technically do some work on that, so that will be getting picked up the next time I do some stitching on that. No more live stuff, just chicken box. But yeah, we're all good. Hopefully work will be more productive this week than it was last week. Oh, I want to do some more time lapses because it's been a while since I did one, so I'll maybe do it on Alex's little sign because that'll be an easy one to do. But yeah, I will see you later. Be kind, and I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye.